Good morning and happy Monday. So, as we head into the week, we've got our list, we've got our outcomes, we've got our planners, we've got our electronic systems. So, what do you do when there's something that you've been trying to accomplish for months and months and months or even years and you've never gotten there? A lot of times it can be like getting in shape and losing weight. That's something that a lot of people I guess I'm going to say struggle with, don't consistently create the outcomes that they want. Or it could be finances. Maybe that's something that you've been trying to change for a long period of time and you haven't. So, how is it that we continue? We know we want to create this outcome. We really desire the result, but we still don't make the change. Why does that happen? Well, the question that I just asked is the question that you need to ask yourself, which is why? What usually happens, and Tony Robbins has a whole presentation on getting stuck and the 21 different ways that we can get stuck. And it's a great presentation. I don't know if it's out there on YouTube yet, but if it is, it certainly is worth watching. But generally speaking, when we've got something that we've been trying to create this outcome forever and ever and ever. We've been trying and trying and trying, and we still haven't created the outcome. Usually we look at the how. We're always looking at how am I going to create this change? How am I going to create this result? So let's say that it's health. And so we always are looking like, well, I need a home gym, or I need new shoes, or I need this bike, or I need this gym membership. We look at the how. Once I do this, then I'm going to be able to do it. But we all know that you can do all those things and you still don't create the result. Maybe it's in finances. And again, what we all know what we want, kind of. Well, I want financial independence, or I want my bills to go away, or I want less month at the end of my money. I want my credit card debt to be gone. And so then we look at things like, how can I make more money? And we look at lotteries, and we look at crazy stuff like that. So what are we forgetting? We're forgetting the why. Tony's planner method is called RPM. Results, purpose, and then the M stands for massive action plan. And you really don't do it in that order. You do the P first, the purpose, then the result, then the massive action plan. We always look at our why. The reality is if you haven't created the result, you don't have a big enough why. If you got a big enough why, you'd have created the result. Assuming that you're physically able, and let's understand that physically able can mean a lot of different things. I mean, there's a guy that comes and talks at the UPWs who has one limb, and he's a professional bodybuilder and public speaker. So, at one chance you would look at him and say he's not physically able to be in great shape. Well, yeah, yes, he is. So let's say that you are physically able, but you haven't been able to create the health and fitness in your life that you want. Is it because you don't lack resources? Is it because you don't have the right shoes or the right membership? No, you don't need any of that. You can be incredibly physically fit and never leave your home if you really are committed. So what do you need? You need your why. You need your reason to create that particular outcome. You get a big enough why, and now you're going to create the outcome. If your child's life depended on it, if you needed to get yourself in tremendous shape in the next 6 months, or the person that you care about in your life most dearly would die, a disastrous consequence, I'm not suggesting this, but if that were the outcome, would you create that result? Absolutely, you would create that result. When you make that decision, do you have any idea how you're going to create that result? No, but it doesn't matter. You know that you would be absolutely 100% committed and you would create that result. Same is true with your finances. Whatever we make an absolute must is what we actually create. And that's the people that create significant financial outcomes in their life, they make that a must. Most of us make a must that we pay our bills. That's the must. And so we kind of get there limping along. If you really wanted financial independence and you made it a must that no matter what, you were going to create that financial independence, you would figure out a way in order to do that. If you really wanted the best relationship with your spouse that could possibly happen, you could create that outcome. So as we head into our week, we've always got our list of things to do, which never ends. The list of things to do always gets added to and added to and added to. But you got to remember, your why is your fuel. And as Lauren LaHave says, if the why doesn't make you cry, then it's not your why. It needs to move you to that level. We can intellectualize this stuff all we want, but it's not going to create the result. We got to feel it in our gut. It's got to be in our heart. It's got to be something that you're absolutely driven. If you're from North America and you like football, American football, pass ball as they call it in Europe and down in Australia, when you watch those people take the field, it's more than just playing a game. They have a passion about the game, which is why they're there. You know, I'm a Packer fan, so I watched Jordan Love yesterday play his first start in Lambeau Field. And for that kid, do you think is it about the money? No, he wants to win. He wants to win for the fans. He wants to win for his players. You can tell in watching him that he has that drive. He has that why. Now, does that mean he's going to be super successful? Maybe, maybe not. But that drive has gotten him to be a starter in the NFL, which is pretty damn successful already. Whatever outcomes you can absolutely create, if you find your why, if you tap into that passion, you're going to generate the most of the outcomes that are possible for you. And it might not be exactly what you have in mind, but it's going to be a lot more than what you're generating now if you haven't tapped into that why. So as you head into the week, look at all your stuff and all the things that we have to do and schedule your time and all that crap. But at the end of the day, take a look at your why. Why are you doing this? And if that doesn't motivate you, then ask yourself, how will I feel in 10 years if I don't do any of this stuff? How will I feel in 10 years if I've never gotten my health together? How will I feel in 10 years if I don't create these outcomes? How will I feel? Then that should motivate you. Thank you, everybody, for popping on. I want to say hi, Mr. Jehovah. Great to see you. My Uncle Bill, so good to see you, too. Mr. Lampy, always there. Brandon, my neighbor, and Jennifer Lee. Judith, great to see everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.